Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please consider to like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, happy new year. Welcome to year 2023. I wish you greatness. I wish you all your desires, all what you prayed for, all what you desire. I wish it to come to pass in 2023. Okay, so this video is meant to talk about our relocation journey, some of the experiences we went through, all our the journey processes, and we may learn one or two things through it. Okay guys, first of all is the visa process. What delayed us is my own passport. My passport expired and we're trying to change, get a new passport, do change of name. So guys, if you're a lady and you just got married and your passport has not expired, I would advise you to just don't change your name, because the process, all the whole processes in changing of name in Nigeria, it's something else. It's they can delay you before they could go from one office to another to change the name. It's gonna take a long time. So I would advise you can still travel with your the passport you have, so long as you have your newspaper publication and you have your affidavit and you have newspaper and affidavit, you can still travel without changing your name in your passport. And so long as your passport is not expired, so you can still travel with that passport, then later you can now look for the whole process of how to change your name. So don't go be in a haste to go and change your name, because it's not compulsory. It's not that compulsory to change your name from your surname or your maiden name to your husband's name. So if your passport has not expired, just go ahead, apply for the visa and move on. Guys, in my own case, we came in through work visa routes. My husband got the job and I and my son, we are the dependents. So there are lots of routes you can come into the UK. We have the through job, through school. In fact, there's a new opportunity that's coming up next month, February 2023, when you get opportunity as teachers. There's a work visa for teachers. They want them to come to the UK because they need teachers. So stay tuned to my channel. I'm gonna post more videos on that later. Yeah, so guys, the next thing is food stuff. I will advise you to bring lots of food stuff. In fact, bring everything you can. All the food stuff you're used to in Nigeria, just bring them to the UK. These are things that will matter in the long run, because clothes, some people, they like packing lots of clothes because they don't know if let me get clothes. The only clothes I would advise people to bring is just your native attire, your traditional wear, your native. If you're a lady, as a lady, native, your gele, your it depends on anything, but just bring native. But don't bother much about English wear, because due to the weather, there are clothing that you could get from the store at cheaper rates, that will be conducive for the weather. So you don't need most kind of clothing. You just have to drop your some clothes and bring your traditional wear. That's the most important. That's what you treasure here when you come here. Then again, the food stuff, you just have to pack as many as you can. There are lots of airlines. I came through British Airlines, and so I'm entitled to 2 kg bag and 2 hand luggages. So those hand luggage, they don't need to weigh it. So you could put lots of things on your hand, but don't put food stuff on the hand luggage. You can put lots of clothes there, like your native, and like as I said before. So what you do that will help you is to get this scale. So this scale will help you. So I was talking about the hand scale. You could weigh your baggage through this hand scale. And number one, again, another thing you should consider is that it should not be 23 kg. That like maybe if you weigh it, it should be like 22 point something, so that when you get to the airports, they will not say it's beyond the 23 kg. So that's what I would advise you to do. So guys, immediately you come to the UK, you need a temporary accommodation. In our own case, we stayed in a hotel. From hotel, we went to Airbnb. From Airbnb, went back to hotel. So there are different types of hotels. There are hotels you can cook. They have hot plates, they have knives, pots, and all that, what you can use to cook. And it's just like Airbnb. It's just that the hotel is just one room, then there's a place for you to cook and make food and all that. Then Airbnb too, is a place where you can cook. It's just like an apartment, where you can cook everything you need to do. You can do it there because you can cook, you can fry, you can do everything there. So before we now move to hotel, so I would advise you to stay in Airbnb or hotel that have opportunity that you can cook, that space you can cook, because if you don't have that, you will not be able to cook, and you'll be spending money going out, eating outside. I know you're not used to most of their food, so it will be very difficult for you to adjust. So it's very good for you to though they are very expensive. So one thing I would like you to do is that you should just prepare your mind that for the first 1 month of coming to the UK, you just have to prepare your mind that you're going to spend lots of money, before you can be able to get used to the environment. Sometimes even the Google map can just make you go and stand in the wrong place, and you miss your road, and you're gonna spend money to get back to a particular bus stop and all that. So just prepare your mind. The first month in the UK, it's not gonna be easy. You spend lots of money, so come prepared, come with lots of money, and prepare your mind that you're gonna lodge in Airbnb. Except it will be very good to have somebody. If you can try as much as possible to have somebody that based here in the UK, to be very, very good, because it will save you a lot of money. You won't have to spend on, you might spend on feeding, but you won't have to spend on staying in Airbnb, and it's lots of money. Sometimes just 10 days you can spend over 700 something pounds, for just 10 days, or 5 days or 7 days. So it's better for you to have somebody. But if you don't have anybody, come prepared, come with money for the first 1 month. But I promise you, you're going to recover everything after coming to the UK. So guys, while you're staying in a temporary accommodation or apartment, you'll be doing house hunting. House hunting is another thing, and it's a very challenging thing we experience in the UK. The thing is that you just have to check online for agencies. I'll drop some agencies in the description box. You have to call the agency, tell them you want to get an apartment. They'll take your details, they'll take your email, they'll book a time for you to go and view the house. When you call them, they'll book a viewing with you. So some challenges we encountered then was that, number one, some landlords don't want people that have not stayed in the UK for up to 6 months. They'll be asking you, have you stayed in the UK for up to 6 months? And if you've not stayed, some landlords, they say, no, they won't give you the accommodation. And some of the agents will have to, I don't know if it's a kind of favoritism or something, but they will look at you, they will ask other people to come for viewing, and they will be the one to select. They'll say, they are the one that will select the one that they are going to refer to the landlord. You can imagine, they won't give you access to the landlord. They will just look at you. Maybe 10 people can come and view the accommodation. So maybe they look at you. I don't know how they just come to a conclusion and just say, okay, this is the person we're going to give the accommodation. And also some landlords will ask you to pay for 6 months. And some accommodation, you have to pay it's not nothing less than £550 per month. So some people say pay for 6 months. In fact, ours is even very challenging. They ask us to pay for 1 year. So guys, it's not really funny. So accommodation is something that is very challenging in the UK. So I will advise you that when you're coming, come with lots of money, so you can be able, so in case they ask you that, okay, pay for 6 months, get ready, prepare your mind for anything, because some agency will ask you to pay for 6 months, some will say 1 year. Well, and another thing again is apartment, the kind of apartment. Some apartments are fully furnished, some are partly furnished, and some they are not even furnished at all. They're unfurnished. It's only the kitchen that has the gas, toaster. Maybe the kitchen will be furnished, but the sitting room, there will be no bed, there will be no cushion, there will be nothing. So you're the one that will just go out there. I made a video on where you can get cheap things, cheap furnitures, and cheap household items. So that one is not a problem. If you're getting any accommodation you get, there are places you could get use things that are still in good conditions in the UK. So that one is not a problem. So just prepare your mind that, okay, I may get a furnished apartment, I may get an unfurnished apartment, and also I may get partly furnished apartment. So that's one of the things you encounter in the UK. So another thing is that some landlords will not accommodate pets. They don't want pets. They don't want to hear that you have pets. And some of them will be asking you, they don't want children. Some people tell you they don't want children. Some will be asking, okay, which work is your wife doing? They may ask you lots of things. They may ask you your job. So for those that they're just coming as students, or you can be able to show. There's some that will not even ask you for 6 months and 1 year. They will ask you to show a guarantor, to bring a guarantor, to stand for you and all that. So I would just advise, the conclusion of the whole thing is for you to just come prepared, come with money, prepare your mind. Don't get sometimes when you're passing through that, you say, what kind of thing is that? No, just come prepared, be patient, and you're going to get an accommodation. So another thing I want to talk about is transportation. So guys, I will advise you should, if you don't know how to drive, at least just go to a driving school. Learn how to drive, because it's very, very important in the UK. So guys, after learning how to drive, you get your international driving license. That's very important. When you come to the UK, that international driving license, you can be able to use it for a year in the UK. And also, one thing is that when you come to the UK, one of the things that is very essential is having a car, especially when you're coming with family, with dependents. So, going from one place, standing in the cold, waiting for buses and all that. And the good thing is that the money you're going to spend in entering buses here and there is almost the same thing with the one you'll be paying monthly. When you get a car, you'll be paying monthly. So the money you spend in taking a bus to different destination is almost the same thing with the one you're going to spend paying a month when you have your own personal car. It will help you. You won't go and be standing in the cold, and it will make you like you don't need to go to wait for bus, go to bus stand to wait for bus. And also you have your comfort, you have your privacy, and you're okay, you're good to go. Anytime you want to go out, you just move. You can time yourself, okay, by 5 minutes I can be able to drive to this particular place and all that. So if you're a couple and you're coming with an infant, or you're coming with little children, toddlers and all, prepare your mind. Crèche is very expensive here. So you're gonna look for how to go around it. Prepare your mind. Maybe you may get a job that will that can favor you. Lots of things are not the way Nigeria is, that you have house help, or you can go and drop your children in one particular place or the other, that you come back, or with your neighbor and all that. Everybody, they're on their own. Everybody face their business here in the UK. So you and your partner have to have a plan on how to go about it, because when you're coming to an infant, they don't joke with children here. If anything, they notice any little mistake, they can just come and pick up your children. So it's good for you to have a plan, settle, make plans. Either hobby works for some time, then you work, or one person have to just pay a little sacrifice to stay with the infants and all. So guys, that's all for today's vlog. More videos are coming on how to look for a job in the UK and how to get a job in the UK. So stay tuned to my channel. Please consider to like and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you will be able to get the video alert. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.